I want you to take a moment and think about all the technologies you use in your world. How do you listen to music? How do you communicate with your friends? How do you buy things? How do you entertain yourself? And it turns out that your world might look a little like this. Yeah, I don't know if you play Minecraft. You might play something else. But this is all the tech that you probably use every day to just think about, your world. And there's more. We're not even talking about the tech you use when you order off a menu, or when you authenticate yourself on your computer using your face or your finger, or what you use to park your car. These days it's hard to find a parking meter that'll actually take money. There's all this kind of tech your world is driven by. And one of the things I want you to really think about is all of this tech is not neutral. It is tech that is made by humans. It incorporates the things that matter to us, and it incorporates our wishes, our biases, all kinds of other things. So the fact is that all of the tech you use has social impact. And if you think about amazing things that tech is doing for us, these days AI can take us a lot of different places. No doubt all of you have kind of fooled around with it. AI is really, really good at triaging enormous amounts of data and trying to find patterns. And these days we're using AI to detect breast cancer that doctors might miss, or to find exoplanets, planets outside of our solar system, lots of different things. We're using AI and technology to manufacture things, to do things so precise that actually you can beat humans on that. And we're doing robotic surgery with that too. We're entertaining ourselves and getting together with TikTok. Netflix has over 8,000 titles. If you want to watch a movie, you go to Netflix, and its recommender system sort of tells you based on the movies that you've watched so far and you like to see. So Netflix knows if you like action movies or documentaries or rom-coms or, people like building houses or, whatever it is. But that means Netflix knows a lot about you, and sometimes Netflix gets it wrong. Is that okay? Sure, it's okay. Who cares if Netflix shows me a movie that I don't care? If you think about it, all of this tech has societal impacts, but sometimes these impacts bring us to risk. It's really great that we're being able to use AI to detect breast cancer and being able to use manufacturing, but it's bringing up a question for a lot of us will AI take your job? Right? And people all over the country are thinking about what parts of my job might be replaced by AI. So tech has wonderful things that it brings us, but it also brings us risks. So social media is a really good thing, and I agree with Maeve that social media can be a great democratizer. It can connect you with people all over the world and do lots of things. But social media is also designed to addict you, and we have to be careful about that. If you think about body dysmorphia, especially for teens these days, social media will always show you people that you think are more attractive than you are. They don't. They aren't. And the more you look at them, the more of those people that you'll see. And it turns out that it has become sort of epidemic and problematic. Sextortion and all kinds of online predators have made social media unsafe for a lot of people. If you know how to use it and you use it, it's fine. A lot of us use it, but you have to be careful about what you see. Facial recognition can be used to protect us. It can be used to intrude on us. It can be used to bias against us. And we've seen a lot of examples of of facial recognition in terms of false arrests and other kinds of things. ChatGPT, I'm an educator, I'm a professor at the University of Massachusetts. We've had to think a lot about how we want to use it in our classes. And our students are thinking about it too. And the challenge for us is sort of how do we teach with ChatGPT and other forms of AI so students will see the kinds of tools they have in the real world when they go out in their professions, but they don't replace their capacity to write and to think and to do all the things that's important to do. So tech has great rewards and it has great risks too. And so we have to navigate that world. That's just the world that we live in. And so two questions that I think it's really important for us to think about is how do we make tech better And more importantly, how do we make tech better for us? How do we make tech better so that humans can thrive, so that tech can empower us? And part of the answer is, we made tech. It didn't, come from somewhere else. And how we make and how we use tech and how we manage tech matters. And it turns out that there's more thought put on and rules and regulations about the apple you buy at your grocery store than there is about any technology you download on your computer, any of it. So there's more things that are going to keep you healthy in terms of what you consume than more things that will keep you healthy in terms of your information. So how can we fix that? Well, it turns out that how we make tech, we can make tech differently. And we can be more responsible in the ways that we design and develop tech. We can think about whether our algorithms are biased and try to change that, or try to kind of create some sort of environment where the biases don't disadvantage people. We can make things more private. We can make things more secure. We can think about the materials we use for your computers. This computer and all of your computers, it uses rare earth. Rare earth is a real topic of trade wars between the US and China and lots of other places. It also uses lots of other materials, your self-driving cars and all of that. They come from Africa, they come from China, they come from the US, they come from all over the world. And they're really the subject of how people are engaging with each other, not in terms of technology, but in terms of trade and international relations. So how we make tech really matters. How we use tech matters too, and that's all up to us. So one thing I always tell my students, and I will tell you too, is be careful what you open. You already know this. Don't open stuff that, you've never seen before, that could bring a virus to your computer, that could take away your data. And be careful about what you send. Don't send anything you don't want your parents to see. Basically, if you send a picture to your partner on the internet, that picture is there for everyone. And you can really be disadvantaged, and you can be really exploited by that. You can be preyed upon by that. And we've seen some really, really big problems with that. So be careful about what you send. Choose whether you want to opt out or opt in. Choose what products you buy and what kind of security they have. Use two-factor authentication. There's all kinds of cyber hygiene things that you can do to protect yourself on the internet. Don't stop using it. You won't be a member of the world we live in. But be careful about it. And then someday, as you all become CEOs or whatever you're going to be, or public figures, you can create policy. You can do this in your school. You've already done this in your school. You can create policy and regulation and law and oversight to make sure that the tech you use is good for us and really produces the kinds of things we want. So there's lots of things we can do. This is just the tip of the iceberg. So what is this doing? This couples technology with social responsibility. And when we couple technology with social responsibility, we can do a lot of things that we find really problematic about the modern world. We can figure out what's fake and what's real. That's one of the things we can do, because we will have created the environment where we verify things more. We can figure out when surveillance will exploit us versus when it will protect us. And we can make sure those environments are safer for us. We can figure out how to bridge the digital divide. We're all really fortunate to be here today in this wonderful school in person. During the pandemic, that was not an option, and people who didn't have enough computational bandwidth, people who did not have computers, they had to share them among a family and working parents, they had real problems. Kids who were homeless didn't get to go to school. And so we have a lot of problems in this country about even getting the most basic of computational facilities and bandwidth to everyone. How do we adequately protect private data? You do not want your data being sent straight to TikTok for everybody to see. You don't want your data from your dating site being sent and made public, including your preferences and your sexual preferences and all of that kind of stuff. It's not good for you. And we can create an environment where our tech and social responsibility are more coupled. And that's what we're trying to do. And you are part of it, and you should be a part of it. So where do you learn how to do this stuff? And let me point out that you can learn how to do this in school. And let me tell you a little bit about a program that we're doing at Pitt at UMass that we really committed that every single student at Pitt at UMass, at UMass, whether they be nurses or theater majors or finance majors or computer science majors, we're really interested in them having basic skills to navigate the world we're in. What are they? They're tech literacy. So you don't have to know what the operating system of your smartphone does, but you should know that it collects data, and you should know what it does with the data, and you should know how it operates. You should know what you can do. What can people do about technology? How can you make it better? How can you manage it better? How can you use it better? And you should know what the public interest is, because we all live in this country as a society because we want to live with each other. And we care about our resources, whether they be natural resources, whether there be communal resources like our privacy or our safety or our security, or the sense of ethics that we have. All of those things are in the public interest. So what we do with our classes and our experiences and our clinics and all of that is we're trying to teach students skills. And we're trying to provide them knowledge about the world around them and give them some experience and practice, because all of you know, you don't get good at something the first time you try it. So, get some experience with how you actually navigate the world of tech, and then you get better at it and a little bit more sophisticated. I will tell you that for those of you that will end up being freshmen at UMass, hopefully many of you, we have a wonderful new program where you can kind of start in on this from the get-go, from the first day you get to UMass. The new Pitt residential academic program puts together a set of students. It starts them with some gen ed Pitt coursework, and it gives them lots of experience so they can navigate their college career, thinking about both the technology and the social responsible they need in whatever profession and whatever major they decide to do. So I think the last thing I want to say to you is this is not beyond all of us. You do not have to be a billionaire to do this. You do not have to be famous to do this. You do not have to be having some other kind of education than the education you already have. You can take control of your technology life. You can talk about what you want in school and what's good for people. The smallest thing that you do will make a difference. It's like tiles in a mosaic. If we all put our own little tile in, the mosaic will have a picture that looks a lot better than what it looks like now. So I thank you, and I aspire for you to be a force of good. Thanks.